All right, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about how to do the measurement to make sure that you get an accurate fold over for things such as the casing on your waistband or the bottom of your pants. I'm going to show you the tools that make this easiest and how to use them. So I'm going to show you how to use the seam gauge. I'm going to show you how to use the easy hem. For those of you that haven't started building your sewing toolbox yet, or maybe you just prefer using a tape measure, I'm going to show you how to use a tape measure to get an accurate measurement. All right, now all three of these are seam gauges. This one here is what commonly comes in most beginner sewing kits. So this is what I'm going to show you on. The other two work pretty much the same way. All right, let's start by taking a look at your standard seam gauge. So on a standard seam gauge, on one side you have your measurement in inches, and in the other side you've got your centimeters. It's got a little point here. This can be used for turning points and pressing them out. You have this center section here that slides. Go ahead and flip it over and show you the back side of it. So what it has is, it's just this little plastic straight edge that fits into this groove and moves up and down. The straight edge here has points that come out past the actual metal on the ruler. You can see them here. And these little notches here that stick out, this is what we want to line up the folded over edge of our fabric. This top section here is going to be up against the fold on the fabric. So the first thing you have to do is determine how big of a fold you need. Sometimes that's going to be listed in your instructions, such as on a waistband. Quite often it's 1.5 inches to 2 inches. And then for your hem, it's going to be based on what you need. So what we're going to do is we're going to just assume that we're going to be doing a casing on a waistband. And we need a 2-inch casing. So we're going to slide this up to the 2. And I've got it right even on that notch. Let me put this metal behind it so you can see that a little bit better than against the blue fabric. So my straight edge is right on the edge of that 2. So I'm going to start on one end of my fabric and I'm going to fold it down, kind of eyeball it at first, and just scoot it up a little bit. Okay, so now I have the edge of my ruler against that fold. I've got that blue straight edge piece against the edge of my fabric where it's folded down. I'm just going to take a pin and pin it in there. Okay, I'm going to scoot down a little bit, measure again, and place another pin. And you'll just keep working all the way down until you've got the entire waistband, hem, whatever it is that you're measuring, measured and pinned. Now the other thing you can do is similar to the way we use the easy hem. You could mark these with the pins, bring them down here, iron, and then when you're done, go back and remove all the pins. This would be pressed in place and you'd be able to take it over to the sewing machine. Okay, now for the seam gauge, there's 2 ways that you can do it. I usually lay it on top of the fabric, but I know some people prefer to do it down underneath and move along and place their pins. Either way is fine. The only thing that's important is making sure that this measurement is accurate. The Dritz Easy Hem is definitely my favorite way to mark my hems, whether it's the hem on a skirt, a pair of pants, or the casing for waistbands. It has a curved edge for those curved types of hems that you're going to measure. And then it has a flat side here, and it has your measurements in inches and in centimeters. I'm going to go ahead and do a separate video showing you how to use this so that I can go into more detail for those that are interested in using it. Okay, now let's look at how to do it using a standard tape measure. Now, since you don't have anything marking it like you do with the seam gauge, that little piece that sticks out, You may want to take your finger, kind of hold it there. You're going to line it up and then place a pin. Slide down a little bit, make sure it's still lined up, and place a pin. And you want to continue working all the way down. Okay, so if you have any questions about how to do the measurements for your waistband or your hems using the seam gauge, the easy hem, or your tape measure, let me know in the comments section and I'll be happy to answer them.